even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, well, I think he got 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce, right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys.
I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z's up next to be exposed.
The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the nigga was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you.
Rest in peace, Big L.
Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest. One of the
sensei.
dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that as, say, the association to Beyoncé is when he started to receive the 16, but got 16, 17 gram, since he's been with Beyoncé, right? And you go prior to that one, right? You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have rays, like they don't sing yet, they don't sing right, they don't rap yet. And they already have Grammy. What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time, so they together. But they living separate, and part of the reason why they already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. The first time I ever saw Jay-Z, or even heard him spit a rhyme, was at a MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the __, was with Big L. Rest in peace. Big L, rest in peace. Big L, one of the dopest Bagel, was who put Jay-Z on Hey Fellas, you know, that feeling when you sense something's off in your relationship. Well, it seems like Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been dealing with those vibes for a while. Now the rumors about their marriage hitting rough waters have been floating around for some time. But now it looks like things are getting real intense. You've probably heard the whispers about Ba and Jay living separate lives. Right, well, turns out there might be some truth to it. And just when we thought it couldn't get any crazier, the FBI investigations start looming over Jay-Z like a dark cloud. Now we're not talking about some random investigation here. We're talking about the big leagues, the FBI. And get this, they're looking into stuff that Diddy was tangled up in. Before that, some heavy-duty drama. So it's no surprise that Beyoncé might decide to pull the trigger on their divorce and completely abandon Jay. I mean, when your partner's got the feds knocking on their door, it's hard to keep the love alive, right? This whole situation has taken their relationship drama to a whole new level, leaving us all wondering what's next for one of music's most iconic couples. But what really went down between these two? So check this out. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are apparently trying to figure out a way to call it quits without all the drama of a messy divorce. Yeah, you heard that right. They've even ditched their wedding rings already. According to a source spill in the beans to the New York Post, there's no bling on those fingers anymore. It's all part of their plan to split up without all the hoopla. Smart move, right? Especially since they've got this massive concert tour going on, and they've already cashed in most of the dough up front from the promoters. But here's the kicker: even after trying to patch things up with marriage counselors, it seems like Bod and Jay just couldn't make it work. I guess Kike sessions weren't cutting it for them. Looks like this tour might just be the grand finale for the power couple. Can we just pause for a second and talk about the myth that having a kid magically fixes a rocky relationship? I mean, seriously, who started spreading that fairy tale? Because let me tell you, having a child doesn't exactly come with a magic wand to wave away all your problems. So Beyoncé and Jay-Z fell into that trap too. They welcomed little Blue Ivy into the world, probably thinking she'd sprinkle some fairy dust and bring them closer again, but reality hit hard instead of bonding over diaper changes and midnight feedings. They just ended up drifting further apart. The source spilled the tea, saying that for a hot minute, they thought maybe expanding their family would reignited the spark. But not Jay went back to being Jay and Ba, was doing her B-thing, classic case of misunderstanding what parenthood does to a relationship, right? Let's face it, raising a kid is like running a marathon through a minefield. It's amazing, sure, but it also tests every inch of your patience and your relationship. And if you're not on the same page from the get-go, well, things can get messy real quick. And I'm not just talking about dirty diapers here, you know. When news broke about Beyoncé and Jay-Z calling it quits, some folks weren't exactly shocked. Why? Well, because there have been whispers in the industry for ages about their marriage being more of a business deal than a fairy tale romance. Think about it, they're both music moguls, each with their own empire to run. And yeah, they've always put on this front of being the ultimate power couple. But behind the scenes, well, let's just say the rumors paint a different picture. There's been talk that their relationship is more transactional than anything else, like they're together for the sake of their careers and image, rather than out of deep, passionate love. Sure, they've sold us on this idea of a perfect romance. But is it all just smoking mirrors? Your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come into life. Keep your threats up. I'm here today. And what I got to say, I'm going to say it. So don't make idle threats to me. When you're constantly in the spotlight, it's easy to get caught up in playing a role. And maybe that's what happened here. Maybe they were so busy maintaining their brand as the ultimate couple that they forgot what it means to be truly connected on a personal level. So while some might be surprised by their split, for those in the know, it's just another chapter in the saga of Hollywood relationships, built on shaky foundations. Let's not beat around the bush here. Over the years, there have been countless whispers questioning the authenticity of Beyoncé and Jay-Z's relationship. But every time someone tries to spill the tea, it's like they're hitting a brick wall. Why? Well, because Ba and Jay aren't just any old couple. They're music royalty moguls in their own right, ruling the industry with an iron fist and a killer track list. And when you've got that kind of power, you can pretty much squash any pesky rumors that come your way. What I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time, so they together. But they living separate, and part of the reason why they already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z know he can pay off, or he can block. He won't be able to stop this, and she knows it. And he knows it too. I'm talking about shutting down gossip with a single glance, paying off media outlets to keep quiet, and doing whatever it takes to keep their truth buried deep. It's like they've got a whole army of PR wizards working overtime to maintain their pristine image. Sure, there have been brave souls who've tried to step up and expose what they believe to be a sham relationship. But time and time again, they've been silenced, their voices drowned out by the deafening roar of Beyoncé and Jay-Z's influence as far as who's going to be the breakout victim. SL story. I don't know. I might have to ask John. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're going to see Beyoncé the Wero, okay? And she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their pubble is to release something. She gonna say, oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life. Blah, 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 blah. Now, before all this happens, we may get another tour. We may get another album out of both of them. Now here's where things really start to heat up with the FBI breathing down Jay-Z's neck. Beyoncé seems to have reached her breaking point. She's done carrying the weight of their relationship on her shoulders, especially when it means risking her own reputation. Let's be real here, Queen Ba's image is as squeaky clean as they come. She's worked tirelessly to build her empire, And she's not about to let anyone drag her down with allegations and investigations, not even her husband. So with the FBI poking around Jay-Z's business for some seriously shady stuff, Beyoncé's had enough. She's not willing to stick around. And wait for the fallout to tarnish her own brand. She's done playing the loyal wife, while her husband's skeletons come tumbling out of the closet. This isn't just about saving face anymore. It's about protecting everything Beyoncé has worked so hard to achieve. And if that means cutting ties with Jay-Z before things get any messier, well, you better believe she's going to do it. Because when it comes to Queen Bey, nothing, not even marriage vows, is more important than her own integrity. And what exactly is the FBI looking for? So, for those of you who have been living under a rock, lately, let me fill you in. Breaking news has just rocked the music world. And it's hitting close to home. For C comes federal agents, including those from Homeland Security investigations, have descended upon two of Diddy's properties, one in Los Angeles and another in Miami, as part of a sweeping trafficking investigation. Unfolding in New York, details are still murky at this point. It's unclear whether Puff himself is the primary target of this probe. Two law enforcement officials, speaking anonymously to the Associated Press, shed some light on the situation, but were not authorized to spill all the beans according to Homeland Security investigations. These law enforcement actions are part of an ongoing operation with support from their teams in Los Angeles and Miami, as well as local partners in the